Salutations and greetings, everybody. Tis Irata, the furry king of awesome, and welcome to a very special show. This is Political Party Animals. I am one of those, and today we're doing things a little bit different. We are merging that new show with my other show, as you see right behind me, the Rated Awesome Review Show. Why? Because we're reviewing the brand new political documentary Fahrenheit 11/9. It's in theaters now, and I firmly believe no matter if you're a Democrat, liberal, Republican, conservative, independent, or an idiot, you should see this movie immediately. Now, I actually am a talking Siberian white tiger, but other people on the show, through the magic of animal vision, will also appear to be an animal even if they are not in real life. Another fun caveat of animal vision is that it's proven to be 95% effective in telling the truth. That will become very handy as you see who we have as a special guest today. Some of you may know me and my animal critics, but yes, we launched Political Party Animals a few weeks ago on such varying topics as immigration, Russian collusion, and the new Omarosa book Unhinged, which is a very good read. So you can always catch other episodes of that with no movie reviews, or you can catch just movie reviews where they don't get political and we have other animal guests and we tackle the newest hit movies in theaters, or we rank the Halloween movies, or the awesome top 20 of the year, and so on. And thank you for watching either one, and especially for those niche fans who are enjoying both at the same time. Of course, Fahrenheit 11/9 does have bias. It's from director Michael Moore, who's already made scathing yet entertaining documentaries against the Bush family, the health system, and school shootings. He's been nominated for an Oscar 2 times and won for Bowling for Columbine. Just to give you an idea of who Michael Moore is, in case you do not know, besides being the most popular and box office grossing director for documentaries ever, during his acceptance speech, he said this.
We like nonfiction. We like nonfiction, and we live in fictitious times. We live in a time where we have fictitious election results that elects a fictitious president. We are against this war, Mr. Bush. Shame on you, Mr. Bush. Shame on you.
On today's show, me and my guest will actually be discussing the new film together. I have heard that he actually did see it already in the White House screening room, and unlike what we usually do on Political Party Animals, we'll be sharing the Oval Office, so I have to try my best not to punch him in his dumb orange face. Join me there now. Alright, our honorary movie critic, he's an abomination to the human species. It's Plump, the sociopathic penguin!
Well, hello there, Tiger Boy. I'm happy to be here to talk about me.
Sure, well, this is what this show is mostly about. Now, I'm surprised you've already seen this movie. As we all know, Michael Moore is not a fan of you.
And I'm not a fan of his either. Michael's a fat slob loser. He's so fat and he doesn't shave enough. I'd never be friends with someone like that.
Myself and other liberals have been looking forward to this. It covers the state of America under your rule for almost 2 years and makes factual and superficial points about you and your king emperorship. So why did you see it already?
Well, the short answer is it's about me. And it just shows what you liberals know. You think America's a state. I'll have you know that America is actually 50 states. Look it up. That's proven. And I respect that it's not just a puff piece. Fat, shabby Michael Moore tries his best to shame me. Whether it's real footage showing me fondling my smoking hot daughter Ivanka, or my racist tirades against the Central Park Five, who were supposedly found not guilty years later. I mean, how was I to know? They were black, they were most likely guilty. I'm all in. The hate feeds me. Sometimes I even have an organism from it. Why do you think I do so many rallies? It gets me hard.
Well, I suppose that makes sense. Now, were you surprised that the movie wasn't entirely about you? I mean, it covers a wide range of topics. The Flint water crisis, where the whole town, which is made up of mostly black people, are drinking poisoned water with lead levels, making them sick. It also covers the gun crisis and the Parkland shooting, showing those young activist heroes who earlier this year made one of our heroes at Outrage for America. And it also shows some of the regular working class teachers getting stiff and how they're fighting back.
Well, that's one of the things that Michael Moore got wrong. None of those things interest me. It clearly didn't have enough of me. That's what the people are coming to see. That's why he's a loser. He let them all down.
Well, come on, he didn't let us all down. I actually thought it was a very good movie. We'll give our rating a little bit. And I'm glad and actually worked really well with transitioning into these different topics.
I liked how he was giving the shit to Obama as well. I get so much day in and day out, and believe me, a lot of it's earned. I mean, I am terrible at being King Emperor. So it's good to see that the promise of having your Messiah, Obama, rescue you literally didn't hold water.
Oh, I can see what you did there, yeah. He didn't exactly save the day for the Flint, Michigan residents. And that's one of the cool things about this movie. You really learn a lot of the whole big picture. You might hear some of the things like, oh, Flint water is terrible and you can't drink it, but you find out the amount of cover-ups and corruption. I mean, this guy, Governor Snyder, should definitely be thrown in jail, and I understand he's actually a good friend of yours.
Yeah, he's someone I look up to because of what he can actually do to a city and still get away with it.
Terrible, terrible.
I know you are, but what am I?
Well, since you actually enjoy the hate, let me be one of the first to actually tell you to your face that you are a horrible, racist, sexist, xenophobic, worst president of all time. You continually make America a laughingstock, and you should be thrown in jail, impeached, and hung for your treason crimes.
Ha 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 ha! Whoa, I just came a little bit. Be careful there.
Yes, please keep your jizz away from me.
It would only make your fur more luxurious and tremendous.
Even so, homie, don't play that.
I also liked how they threw plenty of shade. The Clintons have been a dynasty of corruption forever, and I'm glad that the fat, shabby Michael Moore was actually able to shine a light on that for once.
Well, I don't believe this, but actually we are in agreement in this point. I'm surprised and also a bit glad that it wasn't just a punch bag fest on you, Plump, and your administration. It really didn't cover very much of that. It was more personal things to make you look really dumb, which is not hard to do. And also who you align with and some of the policies that led to where we are in America, how we continue to go down this path, how the political systems are corrupt in itself. And that's why it led to less than half of America being duped to vote for you, and all their KKK, neo-Nazis, white nationalists, general racist assholes who never vote, who never have a stake in anything, see you as a hero and vote you in.
As much as I want to, I can't say that's fake news. But you're forgetting about the part where we rigged the election with the help of the Russian government. Vladdy Baby did me a big solid and got a lot of his cronies. He paid them off to take over Facebook and other social media things like Twitter, my favorite thing in the fucking world, and just threw non-stop shit at Crooked Hillary to get people who were already rigged in the system to vote for me.
Well, that's pretty terrible, but I'm glad you can admit that here in the Oval Office on Animal Vision.
Being honest for a change is really kind of refreshing.
Another big topic I'd say that this movie covers is generally protesting injustice. One of our very basic rights as Americans, when we say this bullshit cannot stand and we have to rise up against you and your evil empire and try to change things what we can.
And it's such a foolhardy thing to do. We've got all the power, we've got all the branches, and you've got none, because you're losers.
I applaud Michael Moore. That's why we made him our most recent hero here at Outrage for America, because he stands up for the little guy. He always has. He even has his film company called Dog Eat Dog. He makes such an important, powerful scene in just his production logo alone. He is not totally biased for either side. He's more of an independent. He wants equality and more than just a two-party voting system, and there's really some great things in there.
It was a little boring and way too long.
but all his documentaries are about 2 hours.
There was a long swath of time where they didn't discuss me at all. I mean, they were complaining about guns, they were complaining about not drinking water, they were doing the boo-hoo and protesting, walking out of schools, complaining they weren't getting paid enough to watch your stupid, slimy little brats. It was mostly women, but I even saw a few guys there. We all know that teaching's women's work, and get in that kitchen and make me a fucking sandwich while you blow me.
Alright, well, Plump, I think you're getting a little bit out of control. Let's ease it down on the sexual aggression and misogyny.
Whatever, Tiger Boy. I can't stop it. It's in my blood.
There was also a lot of funny, dark comedy, political satire, of course, a lot of poignant moments. Other people were crying full on. I mean, if you have a heart, you will be touched by some of the atrocities going on in America. One of the best movies of the year, definitely one of the best documentaries, along with Won't You Be My Neighbor. I'm going to give this 4.5 stars, rated fantastic on you, Plump.
It wasn't a love fest or a hate fest. I would have been fine with either of them. There was a lot of whining and crying by the bitchy liberals. Get a break, get a job, get a life. Don't be such a loser. Be a winner for once in your life. I'm going to give this 2 stars.
Our rating system of 2 stars would be terrible. I don't agree with that. Well, I got to say I was a little surprised and disappointed they didn't cover some of the other topics that were so important and pressing in today's landscape. The Charlottesville Nazi riots was the main thing that jump-started our political activism, outrage for America. There was barely even a scene or 2 of the Charlottesville riots. And they also didn't cover all the other scandals that you've been a part of, how much you golf all the time, you don't pass bills, which is fine with me. I don't know why people complain, oh, he's golfing too much, he's a lazy sack of shit. Go drown in that sand trap and leave the legislation to the adults.
Tough words for a talking white tiger.
Yes, that's true. And what of it? You want to fight?
You better slow your roll, Tiger Boy. I'll get Secret Service in here, lickety-split, and use you as a new rug. It would go quite nice next to my picture of Laddie Baby and my Fuhrer.
Well, I think we should get out of here before we really get the fisticuffs flying.
All right, Americans and Plumpeteers, thank you for joining us on the show. Don't see Fahrenheit 11/9. Just watch more Fox News Poison and keep America great.
I thought he'd never leave. Well, as you can see, this experiment worked just about as much as I thought it would. We really can't be in the same room together. I was just about to knock his fucking block off. Can't really do that right now because he is still King Emperor of the world. I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back to cover whatever else Plump and his miscreants are doing to ruin America and the world. The tariffs lately are hitting you real hard. This 3rd and 4th quarter of the year, you're going to be feeling that when you're trying to buy a car, when you're trying to buy a present for little Johnny and Susie, or for you millennials, maybe you'll say like the Hunters, Daenerys's, Arya's out there. Support the show, let us know what you think in the comments below, if you think this is fair or not fair, if you think we're funny or terrible. Constructive criticism is always welcome. I want to thank everybody for joining us on this show, Political Party Animals, or my other show, Rated Awesome Review Show. We're getting spooky up in here very soon. Keep your eyes glued to the news and believe what's really happening. This is not alternative facts or fiction, it's real life. Now, go forth and be awesome!